So you're thinking about buying new construction and you want to know, what don't I know about buying new construction? Well, we've got everything you need to know. The pros, the cons, we've got it all, and it's right now. Hey, my name is Chris Grano. Thanks for following and watching. This is the channel where we talk about all things Chicago suburbs and buying and selling real estate here in the Chicago area. So you're thinking about buying new construction either here in Chicago or maybe somewhere else. Listen, we're going to go through everything you need to know, and starting out with the pros. Pro number one is customization. So one of the best benefits of buying a new home is customization. And that means that you get to decide a lot of the options that are going to go into it. So we'll start from the very extreme of most customization down to the least when it comes to new construction. Now, when you're building a custom home, meaning you're working with a builder to build a home that is specifically for you, a floor plan you have chosen or maybe even designed, you are going to get almost 100% customization. You'll be able to choose the layout, the materials, the appliances, everything, and you can make changes along the way. So that's the extreme level of lots of customization. Then there are semi-custom homes where you might be working with a builder that has a basic layout for you to choose from, maybe a few layouts. You can choose a lot of the materials, you can choose some things, but you can't, make major changes to the layout of the house. Then there's what we call like production builders or track builders. They're going to have maybe 2 or 3 layouts for you to choose from and much less options, basically just the flooring, the countertops, things like that. And then at the very bottom end of new construction customization is a spec home, or if you're talking to a production builder, a home that is a quick move-in, meaning it's already being built. In these homes, a spec home is already built, so you're kind of buying it like an existing construction home, but it's just brand new, never been lived in. When it comes to a quick move-in home or a move-in ready home, some of these builders call them, they're already in progress on the build, and you probably don't have the ability to make any customizations, any selections on those options. But whatever way you slice it, it's still typically a better situation in terms of customization than if you move into a existing construction home where you're going to really have no say over anything and it's been lived in. Okay, number 2 pro for new construction is modern amenities. So again, it's new, which likely means that it's modern in terms of its taste. So a lot of the homes that are being built today are being built with materials that are in vogue: quartz countertops, white or gray cabinets, different floorings, hardwoods, engineered hardwoods that are in. And so you have the benefit of getting a modern look and modern layouts, which are more open and for current lifestyles, as opposed to older homes, which may have been more separated. Closets will be nice and big, bathrooms will be spacious. So obviously that's a big pro of getting new construction as well. And again, just the fact that everything is new means that you're not dealing with older appliances, older mechanicals, things like that. Okay, number 3 pro for buying new construction is low maintenance. So this kind of tags on to the last pro, and that talks about the fact that you're not going to have to do a lot to maintain your home, at least for the first few years especially. You're going to have appliances that are brand new, a furnace that's brand new, an AC that's brand new, a roof that's brand new, all of these things brand new, and they'll also come with warranties, which we'll talk about in a minute. But again, very low maintenance. If you just do the very basics, change your furnace filter, keep things clean, you're going to get a lot of life out of these items. Okay, here's a little bonus pro about buying new construction, and that is builder's warranties. I just alluded to this, but you're not only going to get manufacturer's warranties when it comes to your appliances like kitchen appliances, washer, dryer, etc., furnace, AC, you're also going to get builder warranties, which is going to be typically a 1-year, a 5-year, and a 10-year warranty based on different structure systems of the home. You'll have one for plumbing, for electrical, you'll have one for structural in terms of the walls and the windows and the floors. And that first year, typically the builder's going to come out a couple times anytime you have little things that are going wrong here and there. And then at the end of that year, usually the 11th month, they'll come out, take care of any nail pops that have happened, because as the construction dries out, it'll have nail pops and things like that, little cracks develop. And so they'll come out and take care of those things at that time. So it's a big pro. Again, this is not something that you're going to typically get in existing construction. Okay, let's talk about some of the cons, some of the negatives of buying new construction. And that is, number 1 negative is higher cost. When you buy a new construction home, It's somewhat similar to buying a new car versus a used car. You're going to pay more for the privilege of being the first person to lay down in that bed in that house at night, the first person to use the bathroom, first person to cook a cake, whatever. You're going to pay for it. And a lot of that has to do with, again, construction materials. You're paying today's rates. You're paying today's labor rates. There's a lot that goes into making a new construction home more expensive than a used home. So be prepared for that. And I would tell you, here's a little pro tip. If you're planning on buying new construction, make sure you're going to live in that home for at least 3 years, better if it's 5 to 7, because especially if you are building in a community that still has new construction going on, when you go to sell that home, you may likely be competing with the builder who's selling brand new homes and you're selling your now used home. So just keep in mind that situation. Okay, number 2 con of buying new construction is location. So here's the thing, in our area, the Chicagoland area, building has been going on for well over 100 years, and there's not a lot of available land left in the near suburbs that are close to the city, which is more desirable areas. So when we see new construction, it's not happening on an individual level like a custom build where you can choose a lot, maybe knock down a building that's already there and build your custom home. What we're seeing is new developments, new communities are happening in areas that have the space for a brand new neighborhood, which is typically going to be further out from the currently built up areas. So in Chicagoland, we're talking about far, far west suburbs, the far southwest suburbs and south suburbs, northwest, and so on. It's going to put you a little further out from where all the action is, certainly further in our area from the city of Chicago and further from some of those hopping near west, near northwest suburbs. So just keep that in mind. Location can be a con depending on where you want to live. Okay. Con number 3, and this is a big one, delays and uncertainty. When you're building a new home, you are at the mercy of the builder, and the builder is often at the mercy of things like permits, things like weather, could be things like utilities, depending on if it's a brand new neighborhood or not. So again, if it's custom build, there could be big delays depending on materials and things like that, especially if you're getting specialized items. But even the production builders who are pretty good at efficiency and getting things done in mostly a timely manner, there's still going to be some things that are a little bit out of their control and certainly out of your control. So if you have to hit a super tight deadline on moving into your new home, new construction may not be right for you. Okay, here's a bonus con, and that is limited negotiation. So when it comes to new construction, again, in this current market, especially in a seller's market like this, it's hard to negotiate any house, but especially new construction. So when you go see the price tag on a brand new home in a new community by one of the major production builders, that's pretty much the price. You might be able to get a few things thrown in here or there, and that's where a great real estate agent can be a big asset to you. And that leads me into my big bonus tip for the whole day when it comes to new construction, and that is use a real estate agent. This is the biggest mistake that I see new construction buyers make, and is that's not using a real estate agent. So let me break it down for you. The friendly face that you see when you walk into the new construction model home is a sales representative for the builder. And they are great people. I work with a lot of them in our area. They're honest people, but let's be real, they work for the builder. So they're gonna make it as easy as possible for you to sign on the bottom line. And while they're generally being honest and generally being good, trustworthy people, they are not hired as a fiduciary for you. They are not there to protect your interests like a real estate agent is. There's no cost generally for you to use a real estate agent to buy new construction, and often they know things about different builders that you probably don't know. They'll know which builders allow inspections, independent inspections, which builders have different timelines, which builders allow for you to get out of the contract with your earnest money back, and which ones don't, and things like this. So they're going to have insight on the process for you and be able to give you really solid advice, again, typically at no cost to you, because the builder is typically going to pay a commission to the real estate agent. And if you don't use a real estate agent, they're not going to give you that extra money. They're just going to keep it in their pocket. Hey, if you have more questions about new construction, or if you're looking at any particular new construction in our area, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to help.